We would like to welcome you to our 2019 graduation ceremony. We thank our parents and family members of the class of 2019, administration, faculty, and staff of South Florence High School who made this day possible. Before we begin our graduation ceremony, we would like to remind you that this graduation ceremony is a distinguished and respectful ceremony for all graduates and their families. Please place your cell phones on vibrate or turn them off completely. During presentations, please hold your applause, remarks, and cheering until each group of graduates has been recognized. Abiding by these requests preserves the dignity of this ceremony and shows respect for each of our graduates, all of whom deserve due attention and your respect. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we receive the administration, faculty, and staff of South Florence High School and the graduating class of 2019.
The South Florence High School NJROTC Color Guard will present our colors. Alexis Caraway, Senior Class President, will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Gentlemen, please remove your hats, and everyone who is physically able should remain standing for the pledge in the alma mater. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order!
You may be seated.
On behalf of the class of 2019, Judah Gray, Student Body President, will deliver welcoming remarks.
Good evening. As Student Body President of South Florence High School, I am honored to extend a very warm welcome to our parents, friends, family, teachers, support staff, personnel, counselors, and administrators at all levels of Florence One schools. Each of you has been instrumental in helping us reach this milestone, so it is appropriate we acknowledge your presence tonight. You have helped us face the many challenges we have encountered. Therefore, you are here this evening to share this once-in-a-lifetime memory with us. Some of you may have taken time from your jobs or other obligations, and we thank you for showing us just how much you care. Not through gifts or flowers, but through your presence. Once again, my fellow Bruins and I welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the greatest class that has ever or will ever come through South Florence. Yeah!
The South Florence Chorus, under the direction of Dr. Eric Figueres, will provide our special music.
And I am still waiting in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up, waters and on mountains. You raise me up, walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff of South Florence High School, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our graduation ceremony. This is a special day for our graduates, and we're honored to have such a tremendous gathering of family and friends present to support our seniors. At this time, I would like to recognize Superintendent Dr. Richard O'Malley, along with our board members and South Florence High School administrative team who are seated on the platform. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all have been recognized. Dr. Richard O'Malley, Mr. Barry Townsend, Chairperson of Board of Trustees for Florence 1 Schools, Ms. Tricia Calder, Vice Chairperson of Board of Trustees for Florence 1 Schools, Mr. Porter Stewart, Board Member, Mr. John Galloway, Board Member, Mr. Brian Chapman, Board Member, Ms. Jackie Schuler, Assistant Principal, Mr. Felix Jordan, Family Liaison, Mrs. Lisa Suggs, Assistant Principal, Mr. Gregory Dukes, Assistant Principal, Mr. Brenton Coe, Assistant Principal, and Ms. Shamika Nero, Assistant Principal. Please join me in giving these platform members a round of applause. You may be seated. Now, will everyone join me in recognizing parents, family members, and guests, in addition to the faculty and staff for their encouragement and support over the last 13 plus years of their education. Thanks to each of you for your love and care. At this time, I am honored to recognize our top graduates. The Salutatorian and Valedictorian of the class are chosen based on the South Carolina Uniform Weighted Grading Scale. I am privileged to present this year's Salutatorian, Faith Hyman. Faith, will you please stand? Will the parents of Faith Hyman, Mr. and Mrs. Robbie Hyman, please stand while I read Faith's bio? Faith is the daughter of Robbie and Kelly Hyman and sister to Lindsay and Graham. Because of her love for art, she plans to attend Anderson University in the fall on a full scholarship to major in graphic design and minor in music and theater. Throughout her time at South Florence, Faith has been involved in numerous organizations, including 4 years of student government, most recently serving as student body vice president. In addition, Faith was actively involved in Beta Club as secretary, National Honor Society, Palmetto Girls State, All-State Chorus, All-National Ensemble, and Spanish Club. Faith is a vocalist in her church band, captain of the women's golf team, and participated for 3 years in Choraleers. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith Hyman.
Good evening, class of 2019. Over the past 4 years at South Florence, there have been so many memories made. Some have been really easy to recall, while others have faded away to only being remembered through another person reminding me of it. We all still remember the terrible feeling of bringing A-Day stuff when it was B-Day. We all still remember Miss Moses and Dr. Elam telling us to put our IDs on every single morning without fail. We all still remember screaming our heads off at football games and almost choking on baby powder. I know for sure that I can still remember so vividly the way it felt walking into South Florence on my first day of freshman year. The hallway smelled strangely unfamiliar, and all the new and different faces around me caused me to question pretty much everything about myself. I had a mixture of nerves and excitement and felt as though I was stepping into the deep end of a pool, not really yet knowing how to swim. We were the underdogs that still needed floaties so that we didn't sink, and we honestly didn't know what in the world we were getting ourselves into. Looking back on all of this now, it's hard to put into words what exactly we were getting into. High school has been the beginning of each of us becoming ourselves. We have laughed, cried, made A's on tests, completely bombed tests, dated, broken up with, made friends, split away from friends, and all for what? What did these 4 small years mean to the rest of our lives? South Florence is where we began to find out who we are going to be, what we are going to do, and what kind of people we want to surround ourselves with for the rest of our lives. Where we learned how to handle people who got under our skin, how to express to people that we love them, how to confront people when they did something wrong, and how to admit when we did something wrong. It's where we learned when and how to stand up for ourselves, how to love ourselves, how to pray even when things were good, when to take the high road, when to say no and mean it. These hallways that once smelled unfamiliar now smell like a second home, and those people who we once called strangers, we now call our best friends. We feel as though we are beginning to know exactly who we are. We have all thrown away our safety guard of floaties and have traded them out for a diving board in the deep end. So now, class of 2019, right now, let's dive in. Let's dive into new beginnings, to new friendships, to starting over. This is our time, so let's not take it for granted. So, class of 2019, let's do this.
Thank you, Faith. Now I am privileged to present Sydney Osborne, our valedictorian. Sydney, will you please stand? Will the parents of Sydney Osborne, Mr. and Mrs. Will Osborne, please stand while I read Sydney's bio? Sydney Osborne is the daughter of Will and Kim Osborne. She has one younger brother, Stone. She plans to attend Clemson University in the fall and continue the family tradition as a Clemson Tiger. At Clemson, Sydney will be majoring in business with an emphasis on financial management, and she has already joined Cubs, the community for undergraduate business students. Sydney is the proud recipient of the Clemson Palmetto PAC Scholarship, the South Carolina Palmetto Fellows Scholarship, and the South Florence High School Athletic Booster Club Allen Burley Memorial Scholarship. While at South Florence, Sydney earned 7 AP credit hours along with 52 dual credit hours through Florence Darlington Tech and Francis Marion University. She received letters in varsity cheer and tennis, received the 2019 Coaches Award for tennis, the South Florence High School Scholar Athlete Award, and was the captain of her varsity tennis team her senior year. She was an active member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, and Pearls, served on Florence County Junior Leadership, attended Palmetto Girls State, and was both a paid and volunteer math tutor throughout all 4 years of high school. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Osborne.
Good evening. I am both honored and humbled to be here with you today. I am proud to be graduating with the class of 2019, and I am proud to know that I have been and always will be a Bruin. My dear, terrified graduates, we are about to enter the most uncertain and thrilling period of our lives. The stories we are about to live are the ones that we will be telling our children, our grandchildren, and our therapists. I know the afterlife of a graduation speech is only about 15 minutes, so with that being said, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Congratulations, class of 2019. Whoa, we did it. If you are seated before me or with me on this stage and are dressed in a light blue gown like me, you have accomplished something great. Graduation means both the end of one journey and the beginning of another. It means the end of high school and the beginning of our new destination. It's a new day that will be done a new way. If you know me, you know that I have driven several vehicles during high school. I love cars, trucks, and driving a lot. One thing I've learned through all that driving is that life is like a highway. We won't always see what's ahead, and we won't always see where the road will go. There will be many twists and turns, red lights, stop signs, and caution signs along our way. They will stop us, slow us down, or even force us to make a detour on our route, but we will always end up at our destination. We have choices to make, and we have to decide to be in charge of our journey. Are we going to ride the highway or let the highway ride us? Are we going to be bitter or better? Are we going to begrudge others or be grateful? Are we going to give up or are we going to give back? Some of us will continue our quest for knowledge by attending a 4-year college or university. Find your passion and your purpose. Unlock the opportunities that await you in this life. Be the driver of your destiny. Some of us will get hands-on training and experience by going to a technical college. We must establish who we are and advance our skills. Set your own standards for your life. Drive far and leave fear behind. Some of us are going straight to a job. Be positive and productive. Be kind, be on time, and be your best self. Some of us may be going to the military or taking time off to travel or save money. No matter where your path leads, embrace empathy, be mindful, be grateful, and most of all, be true. Read and don't speed. Life is about making choices. Robert Frost, one of the most famous and highly quoted poets, said, "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." Graduation is more than getting an academic certificate or diploma. It signifies moving into the future. It signifies opportunity and freedom. It means being able to have pride in all of your accomplishments. With that being said, I hope one day you are able to look back on these last 4 years and find that the tassel was indeed worth the hassle. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. Florence School District 1 Board of Trustees, Dr. O'Malley, faculty, staff, parents, and guests, as principal of South Florence High School, I hereby certify that the seniors seated before you have met all the requirements set forth by Florence 1 schools and the state of South Carolina for graduation. Parents and guests, the graduates seated before you are very special to all of us, and this next part of the ceremony is when our moments become their memories. It is our goal that these memories are ones of pride and dignity of how they and their loved ones behaved. As we begin awarding diplomas, we all play a part in creating the memories that these graduates will always carry with them after their graduation ceremony. In order to honor each graduate as his or her name is called, we ask that you hold all applause, cheers, and shout-outs. Parents and guests, please remain in your seats during the presentation of diplomas. No one is allowed in the aisles, concourse, or on the main floor during this time. We recognize that there is more than one way to celebrate accomplishment. Thank you in advance for your cooperation in helping to make this part of the celebration of these young people ceremonial and dignified. At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas.
Board of Trustees graduates must maintain a grade point average of 4.5 or higher. We will now recognize our Board of Trustee graduates. Sydney Shay Osborne, Faith Alexis Hyman, Chloe Elizabeth Allen, Cameron Mackenzie Bell, Presley Ann Brangie, Catherine Lee Brock, Alexis Rose Caraway, Lauren Ray Cockfield, Emily Faith Cooper, Darren Markel Davis, Sarah Kinsley Elvington, Kara Elise Gerald, Gracie Ruth Gershutz, Joshua Seth Granger, Ansley Joy Gray, Judah Robert Gray, Sarah Rose Hansen, Cynthia Ansley Harder, Ashley Taylor Howes, Michaela Alexis Jack, Blake Allen Jackson, Akira Tayana Johnson, Taylor Jones, Hezekiah Elijah Leonard, Wei Wei Liu, Hannah Rose Mabbitt, Michael David Mason Jr., Taylor Elizabeth Matthews, Caroline Lee McClam, Bailey Addison McGee, Nikki Jasmine Narain, Jameson Christopher Purvis, Hannah Catherine Reynolds, Lillian Marie Sheeler, Jason Collins Shepard, Chance McCormick Simpson, Dharma Christine Timmons, Samuel Wilson Tyndall, Michael Hampton Weatherford, Reagan Elise Young, Sydney Elizabeth Youngener. Please join me in congratulating our Board of Trustees graduates. At this time, we will recognize our double chord graduates. Double chord graduates must maintain a GPA between 4.0 and 4.9. Hannah Missouri Abercrombie, Ethan Parker Albin, Gabrielle Aliana Ashley, Janaea Nikaya Bacote, Marie Broach. Kaylin Jewel Burgess. Sapphire Angelique Campbell. JC Lynn Clark. Ethan James Coffey. Montana Nicole Cook. Emily Renee Cooper. Deja Lynn Ellswick. Kevin Douglas Floyd. Luke Simpson Godbold. Destiny Dashiria Graham. Olivia Jade Gregg. Zariana Quatasia Griffin. Grayson Samuel Hammond. Adelia Sierra Howes. Caden Ariane James. Logan Blanchett Jinks. Michael James Jones Jr. Caleb Michael Lane. William Chase Leach. Andrew William Alfreys Lounsbury. Madison Rebecca Matthews. Marquise Nathaniel McCormick. Samantha Chloe Meggs. Jalen Tyshawn Miles. Andrew Dean Moore. Mary Frances Moore. Kennedy Autumn Muldrow. Nyree Zayon Nelson. Nigeria Lorraine Nero. Joshua Lee Nettles. Tina Hong Fan. Brianna Louise Prosser. Kanijah Arabia Roberts. Jarrell Kashawn Robinson. Caitlin Savannah Rothwell. Sojourner Truth Rudd. Abigail Elizabeth Sansberry. Cameron McKaylee Shackelford. Haley Margaret Steele. Clayton Sean Strickland. Deani Unique Swain. Marshall O'Neill Trail. Dylan Lee Truslow. Julia Aaliyah Williams. Please join me in congratulating our double chord graduates. We will now recognize our single chord graduates. Single chord graduates must maintain a GPA between 3.0 and 3.99. Demetrius Alex Allen. Trinity Ray Allen. Tyler Christian Allen. Ashton Kathleen Anderson. Philip Kentrell Anderson. Gabrielle Nevea Bacote. Anaya Tehran Barfield. Madison Lane Becker. Brandon O'Neill Bellamy. Alexis Renee Bess. Jasmine Lanisha Blakely. Nija Amelia Bowling. Kyra Rain Braddock. Timothy Marion Brown. Trinity Naya Brown. Brielle Brooklyn Bushner. William Lee Butler. Shannon Marie Caraway. Elizabeth Elaine Kerrigan. Abigail Elizabeth Carter. Monique Elise Caesar. Morgan Elisha Chestnut. Jordan Ashley Clark. Katara Korea Coe. Justin Buford Cooper. Shakia Latrice Cranford. Dylan Nicholas Creel. Michael Cornelius Cribb. Thomas Paul Davis. Madeline Audrey Dennis. Arizona Nicole Doyle. Jonathan Richard Dozier. Mashaya Tanisha DeBose. Jonathan Thomas Dunphy. Lauren Susanna Earp. Dean Andrew Evans. Kaya Ayana Evans. Charlie Frank Fuller Jr. Alexis Noriana Alexandria Gallo. Omaria Deasia Gandy. Kenneth Alfred Gibbs II. Charity Shaasia Graham. Matthew Hunter Grantham. Malik Davon Green. Mark Anthony Green. Amani Danietta Gregg. Michael Joseph Griffin. Chelsea Elizabeth Grimsley. Taylor Celeste Guilford. Shania Renee Ham. Jamal Kenty Harris Jr. Alexis Olivia Harrison. Haley Marie Haynes. Cameron Richard Hewitt. James Vernal Hickson. Niger Raquan Howard. Joseph Andre Howes.
Nishan Ali James. Joanne Brianne Johnson. Kayla Tiari Johnson. Tatiana Sharika Johnson. Cedric Tyler Jordan. Tashawn David Kennedy. Casey Charity Leacock Mutu. Lauren Michelle Lewis. Anna Elise McKenzie. Jayla Relisa Madison. Khalil Christopher Allen McLean. Addison Kane McDowell. Peyton Rebecca McElveen. Dejan Malex McFadden. Bethany Ray McGee. Jonathan Cole McGee. Manasia McGee. Tyler O'Neill McGee. William Bethay McGrew. Millette Janiyah McKay. Maya Melissa Miller. Hope Christine Moore. Lashana Nichelle Moses. Camille Nissan Mosley. Maya Renee Muzan. Peter Din Wynn. Shamir Simeon Norman. Hannah Caroline O'Neill. Dante Ramon Thomas Ocho Peco. Adam Spencer Owens. Jaden Alexis Pate. JC Rosanna Evelyn Payne. Xavier Tariq Pegues. Alexis Jesus Perez. Tyler Ray Poston. Trudesia Lamaya Presley. Tyler Richard Quillens. Kareek Jashawn Rainey. Tiffany Lynn Roberts. Eric Elisha Robinson. Alexis Noel Rollins. Anna Riley Sansbury. Malik Quentin Self. Chloe Dameron Shelton. Haley Brooke Shields. Shamari Shamir Smith. Evan Joseph Suchet. Christopher Eric Stewart. Erin Leanne Stone. Ricky Dwayne Tate III. Brianna Reagan Taylor. Jonathan Matthew Taylor. Christopher Brandon Thomas. Jordan Arkelia Thompson. Emily Elaine Timmons. Kimberly Ashley Vallejo. Niles Cornish Vereen. Manaya Shaquana Monet Washington. Tyra Jarnay Washington. Ariel Elizabeth Williams. Demisha Sakari Williams. Jameer Khalik Winborn. Zariah Nakaya Michelle Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our single cord graduates. Zachary Evan Adams. Rija Ahmed. Khaled Nayef Al-Hassani. Christopher Franklin Alexander. Juanita Hazel Allen. Nathaniel Michael Ansay. DeAndre Nevea Archie. Casvela Ann Askins. Anshawn Daniel Barr. Anisha Danielle Barr. Satin Rose Beatty. Robert Jamar Benjamin. Starisha Sharice Benson. Gabrielle Santana Benton Askins. Kayla Marie Black. Grayson Elizabeth Blackburn. Jamie Akis Blount. Caitlin Soraya Brown. Shakira Monet Brown. Creighton Jeff Bruce. Darren Lee Birch Jr. Alexia LaDeja Cameron. Azaria Vinay Campbell. Anna Shea Canty. Zachary Dean Childers. Aja Torian Elizabeth Commander. Alexis Lachey Cooper. Gentoris Shalik Cooper. Giselle Keller Cooper. Jalen Jaquan Cooper. Michaela Jordan Cox. Walter Raymond Cox. Tadrick Dion Crawford G. Jaheim Rashad David. Xavier Lorenzo Davis. Jacob Collins Devon. Jaleel Kari Devon. Dontrell Jarul Douglas. Landon Zane Driggers. Justin Cameron Dutton. Jillian Grace Aiken. Shelton Nicholas Epps. Shavaria Tashana Floyd. Kanisha Janitra Fulton. Trania Desiree Fulton. Darnisha Lachey Gibson. Derek Lorenzo Deshawn Goodman. Shaquela Kanisha Graham. Gavin William Green. Naisha Taquesha Tadeja Green. Tavion Shaquem Green. Mishon Cheyenne Green. Xavier Brandon Green. Shadante Amir Nassim Han. Marielle Shalise Harrington. Zaire Eliza Harsh. John Aaron Hazelden. Marasia Tawana Simone Hemingway. Russell Hennigan Jr. Paige Elizabeth Herman. Calvin Hilton III. Tandrea Jacayla Holmes. Willie Austin Hyman. Jeanette Ignacio Lopez. Levante Jarrell Jordan Isaac. Denise Lynn Jackson. Cameo Rion Jackson. Shakira Simone Jackson. Malachi Seth Jones. Jabria Quasia Jewel Jordan. Ethan Cutter Kasich. Jashawn D'Antonio Keith. Julian Austin Lanier. Wilbur Hook Lawrence V. Emily Rose Larimore. Tiana Zacharia Lemon. Selena Nieves Littleton. Joshua Mwanzia Lacobi. Michael Traquan Lumbreras. Pearson Moore Lynch. Tatiana Kalasia Mack. Starjay LaGrace Major. Cain Lasson Mason. Anna Caston Mattingly. Brandon Alexander McCall. Nigeria Natea McCall. Chance Marquise McDaniel. Jaquan Zacharias McFadden. Timothy Marquise McFadden. Nigel Tyreek McWhite. Austin Taylor Miles. Andrew Bradley Miller. Rebecca Ann Nixon. Timothy Christian Muldrow Jr. Morgan Sierra Oliver. Hannah Nicole Parker. Jalen Christopher Perry. LaShawn Rakeem Peoples. Namir Deron Porter. Quinn Antoine Pugh. Keyshawn Laquel Prelo. Malaysia Alania Presley. Dominique Isaiah Rainey. Stormy Dawn Rains. Zoe Taylin Camille Richardson. Braxton Devon Robinson. Jonathan Maurice Ross. Nigeria Deandra Rouse. Jaquez Mystique Devion Scott. I apologize. Jaquez Mystique Davion Scott. Kiera Rashana Solomon. John Robert Spell. Zachary Lee Stark. Christopher Charles Stevens Jr. Sierra Kaylin Stocker. Jeremy Boykin Stoney. Stephen Chase Tarleton. Bernard Nathaniel Taylor. Tyshawn DeAndre Taylor. Shakita Chanel Thomas. Janasia Linnell Timmons. Joseph Anderson Turner Jr. Damani Fatia Zamar Waiters. Zaquaris Nakel Washington. Shaquise Lamontrez Whitstein. Kamisha Raje Williams. Ricky Joshua Antoine Williams. Ronnie Lachey Adrian Williams. Shanetta Sharice Williams. Jamil Khalid Wimborne. Travis Lee Woods Jr. Jashiana Ariana York. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our class of 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, we are so proud to be able to share this moment with you. We know the journeys that you've taken and are so honored to have been able to support you to this point. I would be remiss if I did not mention one of our seniors whom we lost through tragedy this school year. Jerome Jalik Robinson was part of the class of 2019. Please join me in a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you so much. I am honestly humbled to be your principal, and I'm overjoyed to be here at this moment. My personal goal has been to help you achieve your dreams and desires. Today, as you have received evidence of your completion of high school through the diplomas awarded to you, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. Even though you are here graduating, and this marks the end of one form of school, it should not mark the end of learning for you. You all have greatness within you. You have what it takes to make it. Some of you fought long and hard to get to this point. Remember that it is that fighting spirit that you will need to make it to the next level. You are the class of 2019 for South Florence High School. And I couldn't imagine a better group of students to hold that title. At this time, Alexis Caraway, your senior class president, will share a farewell.
May every road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sunshine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands.
Board members, Dr. O'Malley, faculty and staff, parents and guests, it is my honor to present to you South Florence High School's graduating class of 2019. Congratulations, graduates. Guests, please remain in your seat until after our graduates have exited the center. No one is allowed on the main floor during this time. Please meet your graduate outside the Florence Center.